A violent storm rages fiercely over the great house at Collinwood. But more frightening than any storm is the mind of Count Batoffi. Through his legendary powers, he has taken over the body of Quentin Collins. In a desperate attempt to fight him, Quentin has enlisted the aid of a young woman recently arrived at Collinwood. But he is unaware that she, too, has fallen under the spell of supernatural forces.
Come to you. I could not stay away. I had to see you. Just one more time. Just one more time. I had to see you. Please, come to me. Let me see you.
Leave this place, leave Collinwood, and never return. If you stay, he will kill you.
Who will kill me? You must tell me!
Go now, before it is too late.
Where is this place? What am I doing here? Where did this dress come from? How did I get into it? What's happening to me?
Are you all right, Lady Hampshire?
You had something to do with that horror, didn't you?
That apparition, I saw it as I approached. No, I had nothing to do with it.
What are you doing here, then?
Judith and I saw you leave the house. You seemed to be not quite yourself, so I followed you to make sure you were all right. Why did you come out here at this hour, and why are you wearing that gown?
I don't know. It was as if I was drawn here by someone.
Who?
I have no idea. It's happened before this way. Or something appears to me. Tonight it was a note that I found on my dresser.
Did the note say?
Know yourself. Be who you must be.
Obviously someone put it there. The question is why, and what does the note signify?
I don't know.
But if you had, you might understand what drew you here to Widow's Hill. The apparition we both saw a few minutes ago. Do you know anything about that?
No.
But you said he would be waiting for you.
When did I say that?
Just before you left the house.
I don't even remember leaving the house.
This is most disturbing.
Why should it disturb you?
Never mind. Come along, I'm going back to Collinwood.
You tell me why it disturbs you.
Curiously enough, my dear, you are not the object of my concern. I am going to Collinwood. Are you coming with me, or aren't you?
All right.
Lady Hampshire's upstairs. She was upset, but she's quite calm now.
What was wrong, do you know?
She's been under a severe emotional strain since her husband's death. I found her on the edge of the woods.
I better see if there's anything she needs.
I'm sure she would appreciate that.
I'll go to her. You are most considerate, Count Petofi.
Thank you, Mrs. Trask.
Please, Judith.
Thank you, Judith.
Why am I wasting my time worrying about Kitty? How could I possibly help her when I can't even help myself? There must be a way of fighting Petofi. There has to be. Evan Hanley. Why didn't I think of him before? If anyone can help me, he can.
If you're here to see me on business, it's far too early.
I think you'll be interested in the business I have to talk about. Evan.
Who are you?
I am Quentin Collins. Well, are you going to invite me in, or aren't you?
No. I don't know what this is all about. But I am
You do recognize this, don't you?
I know who you are.
You think you do, but you are mistaken.
There is only one hand like that in existence. You are Count Petofi. If you want something from me, just tell me what it is, and then please go away.
You needn't be so frightened, Evan. Sit down and I'll explain.
Keep that thing away from me. I'll do anything you want, just don't touch me.
You weren't so tragic, I could almost laugh at the sight of you cringing with fear from an object that is totally powerless.
Powerless?
For my sake, Evan, perhaps for your own, listen to me and believe what I say. You're familiar enough with the black arts to know that anything is possible. This is indeed the body of Count Petofi, but inside it is the mind of Quentin Collins, just as inside the body of Quentin Collins is the mind of Count Petofi. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
But you don't believe me, do you?
I find it too fantastic.
Then go to Collinwood and find out for yourself.
What do you mean?
Go and find Quentin. Don't announce yourself, and I guarantee you he won't know you, because that Quentin has never laid eyes on you.
Well, now, assuming that what you say is true, the hand of Count Petofi has always been an entity in itself. How can you say that it is now powerless?
Power of the hand was transferred to Quentin Collins' body along with Petofi's mind. This is worthless. You must believe me, Evan. I am Quentin, and I need your help desperately.
Well, I don't see how I can possibly help you.
There must be some way of reversing the transference that's taken place. You know every black ceremony there is. There must be one that can help me.
Well, finding the proper ceremony isn't what worries me.
What then?
The new Quentin Collins. In order for us to succeed, he would have to participate in the ceremony. Now, we would have to trick him into doing that. I prefer not to think what should happen if we should try and fail.
what would happen if we do not try at all. Petofi has gained a new life in Quentin Collins' body. He's more dangerous than ever. Who is that?
I'm expecting no one. You'd better go out on the terrace.
Judith!
Good morning, Evan. I hope I didn't awaken you.
No, I was already up.
Good. I won't take up too much of your time. I know you probably have a busy day ahead of you.
Well, it's never too busy for you, Judith. You know that. How long have you been back?
I arrived last night.
Well, I must say Gregory must be very pleased.
But it happens that he's away, so he doesn't know yet.
Uh-huh, I see. Well, I am delighted to see you back, Judith.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, Evan, because I'm back to stay. Which is why I came to see you. Before I went away, you had me sign a paper giving Gregory power of attorney.
Yes, that's right.
Well, I would like you to give me that paper.
Give it to you.
Well, now that I'm sound of mind and body, there is no reason for Gregory to have power of attorney. Is there, Evan?
Well, no, I suppose that there isn't.
Well, then if you'll give me the paper, I'll leave.
Well, I'm afraid I don't have it here with me, Judith.
Oh? Where is it?
It's in the vault at the Collinsport Bank.
Well, fine. When you go into town, you can get it and bring it back to me.
Well, I'm afraid I won't be able to do that, Judith. I am leaving for Bangor in an hour. I won't be back until after 4. The bank will be closed by then.
Have them open it.
Oh, well, now you know that isn't possible.
Oh, but it is, Evan. It's very simple. Just tell them that Judith Collins Trask wants that power of attorney by 6 o'clock, or she will withdraw her money and open her own bank.
Oh, very well, then. I'll have it for you at 6.
Thank you, Evan. I'd better leave. I don't want to delay your trip to Bangor. It's nice to be back, Evan.
You might have told me that she was back.
Did Judith's visit pose some sort of problem for you, Evan?
Of course not.
You seemed rather nervous while you were talking to her.
Well, I was surprised to see her.
Not so surprised as your friend Trask will be. I hope you haven't made any rash commitments to Trask, Evan.
What are you saying?
Only that Judith meant what she said. She's come back to stay and to rule. I'd advise you to re-examine your loyalties. Now, what about me? Can you help me?
I'm willing to go through with the ceremony if you can find a way of getting him here without arousing his suspicion.
I know a way. It's very simple. Sit down and I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize anyone was in this room. Excuse me.
Quentin! Come into this room at once. I didn't expect you to welcome me with open arms, but I think you can do a little better than you just did.
I'm sorry. Welcome to Collinwood.
I know we've never had an ideal brother and sister relationship, but I do think after not seeing me for 4 months, you could have expressed a little more concern for my health.
Well, perhaps you are the one who's changed, Judith.
I?
You look much better now than you did when you left. I almost didn't recognize you.
Don't be flippant with me.
Oh, I only speak the truth, dear sister.
The truth. The truth is that you, supremely happy when I went away to the sanitarium and would be extremely happy if I'd stayed there.
Oh, and leave the rest of us here with your charming husband? No, thank you. No, after dealing with your husband, I'm very glad that you are back.
Really? Well, then I suggest you make a little more effort to show it. There are going to be some changes made in this house, Quentin, and you and everyone else are going to conform to them. Answer the door.
Good evening, Quentin. Good evening. Good evening, Judith. How are you feeling, Quentin?
Fine, fine.
Don't you know Evans Hanley either?
Oh, of course I do. Of course I do. How are you, Evan?
Very well, thank you.
Did you have any problems at the bank?
None at all.
I didn't think you would. Bankers are very practical men. Thank you, Evans.
Has Gregory returned yet?
No, I'm expecting him sometime tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yes, yes, of course. I will see you at my house at 9, won't I? 9. Well, now you haven't forgotten about the meeting.
Oh, the meeting. Well, yes, it just slipped my mind for a second.
Well, now, I hope you haven't made other plans. We're all counting on you.
No, I've made no other plans.
Fine. Then my house at 9.
I'll be there.
You seem preoccupied.
Oh, it's just, well, I guess it's going to take me a little time to get used to the fact that Judith is back.
Well, the meeting tonight should make you forget all your problems.
Yes.
Everything's ready. He should be here any minute.
Are you sure the ceremony will work?
Well, there is always a chance of failure. Now, you know that as well as I do. You know what you must do?
Yes,
Remember, do not make your move until he is seated in that chair.
I understand.
Well, this is a pleasant surprise.
Surprise?
Yes, you're right on time. You're usually the last one here.
Oh, well, wonders never cease, huh?
What's the matter?
I take it I'm not the first one here. Who else is here?
Just my valet.
Oh. How many others are to be here tonight?
Just half a dozen. But I have quite a surprise for you.
What's that?
They want you to conduct the ceremony tonight.
Now, isn't that interesting?
Yes, well, you should be quite honored, Quentin.
Oh, well, I am.
Well, now, come. Sit in the chair. I'm sure that you will look quite impressive.
I hope I'm not a disappointment.
Why should you be?
Well, I haven't had as much practice in the black arts as you have, Evan.
Why, nonsense. You've seen me conduct the ceremony countless times.
Yes, but this is my first time in a very long time.
His hands! Keep his hands down!
I don't know how long the chloroform will last. We must begin the ceremony immediately.